Hey gang, it's Ark. Welcome to our permanent fire challenge here in the Long Dark. This is a very special episode because, unless something goes wrong, Frankie should turn 100 days old during this video. So let me throw some more fuel on Frankie here. And let's just take a look at the journal. So we're currently at day 99. I think it's probably 98 days survived. Yeah. And let's just take a look. So let's see how well these numbers are adding up. I haven't looked at these in a long time. So if we add up, it's probably easier to add these two numbers. So that's 800 plus 1600, which is 2400 minus 3. So we'll just say nearly 2400 hours, which would be... Oh, this is actually interesting. That would be exactly 100 days survived, and I'm sitting at only 98 days survived. So clearly there's some drift in the calculations, even for this. Looks like this adds up to the same amount, except minus 4. Probably just a slight difference in rounding for these numbers. And if we go down to longest burning fire, you can see here there's a significant drift in the calculations for Frankie. Because we've had her going the whole time, so this should be, we had a 24-hour grace period to get her started, so this should be only 24 hours less than the amount of time I've survived, not 110 hours as it is. So definitely some problems with the calculations. That's fine. We know how long we've survived, and we know how long we've had Frankie for, so... we've woken up to a cold, blustery afternoon here. So, I'm probably not going to do anything too major, like, we're not going to go on any of these major trips. Let's see. I think I will drop the excess sticks and just get ready for maybe a little firewood run. Maybe we'll go check on the bear today. I do want to spend some time talking about what we've accomplished with this run, and what we have left to accomplish, and also how long I'm planning to take it. There's still the possibility that we take it for the full 500, but considering how long it's taken for me to get just to 100, and the likelihood that we'll run out of content before day 200, I'm not sure how likely that is to happen in reality. We'll see, though. I'm having trouble deciding what to do right now. So, let's eat. Let's see what the actual temperature out here is. Negative 13. This wind would just calm down a little bit. It would be beautiful. So I'm thinking maybe we cook up some teas. Let's head over towards Trappers. Actually, since I have a lot of arrows, let's leave my 5% bow here. I'm going to consider going into the muskeg. We'll kind of base our decision on the weather as we travel. So let's put my pot in place here. See if we have another tea to make. And let's get this one warming up. Got a couple of them here. I'm not going to bother with the other teas. We shouldn't need anything more than the birch bark right now. My house is a mess. If we want to get this all cleaned up for a showcase, it'll have to be on day 200, I guess, because I'm not going to do it for this video. Just too much work. So let's just take a brief look at the map. So I can do that this way. Let's go to the world. So what have I done so far this run? We grabbed the tech backpack from Ash Canyon on spawn. We didn't really get much from Timberwolf. Just the three-way cave and the Mountaineer's hut. And then that's the only stuff we got that's sort of out of reach. Everything else we can do is kind of limited because we're leashed because we have to get back to Frankie within 12 to 13 hours, usually if we're not staying within the Mystery Lake region because we don't get the burn bonus when we're outside. So I've been to Coastal Highway, Pleasant Valley, Mountain Town, Muskeg, and I can kind of extend. So the stuff that I have not done would be the further reaches of Mountain Town, the further reaches of Pleasant Valley, maybe going into Keeper's Pass, some of the further parts of Coastal Highway. We haven't done most of Bleak Inlet, although we did it partly. And then we haven't done Broken Railroad at all. So we still have a lot of loot to collect in the world. Okay, these are done. Let's do a final charge up, and then we'll head out. Also, funnily enough, I still have not finished looting the dam. And there's some key locations. Yeah, it looks like this has calmed down a little bit. See what my carry weight is. Looks slightly high. Yeah, I was going to leave this charcoal behind. Let's go ahead and do that. And then... oh, it sounds like it's really nice now. Let's just go. If we do end up going to see the moose, I need to remember to leave some of those rosehip pies. Okay, 11:58, that's close enough to 12 hours. 11:59 is as high as you can get it. We're currently at 6 minutes into the video. If you haven't seen the previous episodes of this, I typically gauge the length of time I'm away from the fire by the episode timer. Just because it's slightly easier to calculate. The time shown up here isn't really accurate because I think day is 13 hours long and night is 11 hours long. So, with all the calculations that need to be done, especially with the burn bonus, that's just easier. I forgot to eat and drink. Let's double check water. We got enough water, and we have teas. I'm so warm right now, I may not even drink a tea. But I'll grab a bite to eat. We have a lot of meat. I guess I can actually stop by the bear meat in Muskeg, and maybe we'll relocate some of that to a more convenient location. So this is one of the few tasks... yeah, I'll leave all that there. We have more meat up ahead. This is one of the few tasks that I have not completed yet. We've got all of our clothing. 2 bear coats, 2 ptarmigan down, all the found clothing, the thin wool sweaters, and the underwear. But I have not crafted a moose-hide satchel yet. I have not killed a moose yet. And I think that's an important step, because I really need to be able to swap out of one of these when I'm on the way home for the extra carry weight. Alright, let's just quickly grab a torch, and I need to set my inventory up so it's easier to grab the correct torch. Let's go here. So now the low condition ones are at the front for future swap outs. I am going to keep this fire going because we might want it... we're actually warming up now. Interesting. We might want it if we end up finding a moose. Of course, it's not necessarily the case that we'll even find a moose. So things that are left to do, outside of that look at the map that I took, and the stuff we've already talked about, there are 2 stems in Broken Railroad, possibly a 3rd. There's a stem in Mountain Town. And there should be a jerry can each in both Mountain Town and Broken Railroad, at the plane crash and the maintenance shed. And the reason I want the jerry cans is primarily because I don't have fire starting level 5 yet. That'll be nice for the extra burn time. It'll take me from a 25% boost to 50% boost. So going from 125% burn duration to 150%, that's a 20% relative boost. So I'll get 20% more out of my fuel, all my fuel, once I get that final level up. Plus it's nice to be able to start the fires twice as fast. I'm actually surprised that I made it this long without getting that level. Yeah, so we definitely don't need that tea. We've been fully warm for a long time now. tea's probably about to get cold if it hasn't already. So yeah, I could certainly try to grind out level 5, but I don't think I'm going to. I've got one book left to read, and when I start to get close, I'll use my jerry cans just as accelerant to quickly grind out the last few fires. Those go really quickly. That isn't nearly as painful. And as soon as I get a jerry can, maybe I should start doing that. Okay, this weather isn't great, so I'm going to keep an eye on it. I guess while we're here, since we haven't done the Milton circuit in a while, especially if we don't find the moose, we'll have a little bit of time to explore around. So I think the bear is somewhere just to the left. The bear cave is like there, my route is through there, and I think bear meat somewhere just down below that. Go ahead and use up some of these bad torches. Might need a fire for a potential moose. So let's go ahead and grab these sticks. Wolf on the ice over there. Probably going to end up dragging him behind me if I carry some of this meat up to the top. Now, the other thing I could do, if this weather holds, and the moose is not around, is I could take some of that meat down to the broken railroad entrance, and maybe put some water, or some roasted pies, just some supplies there in case I need them later on when we make those trips into broken railroad. So talking about the future of the series a little bit. Oh, here's my bear meat. Let me decide what I'm doing with this first. I think I'm going to carry as much as I can without getting overweight. That was about 7 or 8. I think that one's probably a partial. Let's just eat this. It's definitely cooked. Yeah, 210 calories. Just eat that off the ground. That's a bad habit because you don't get the warning if it isn't cooked. This is just regular bear meat that has not been cooked. Interesting. These are cooked. Alright, let's leave this one here. Just in case I need food next time I come through here. And actually, let's just do a quick fire here. We had a weather change and it did not become windy. So I'm imagining that this fire will last for a little bit. So this accomplishes two things.
That's a good one.
Let's see what the burn time is on this. 7 minutes. Let's do one additional stick. Hopefully that's not too much. If it burns, it burns. So not only will we have a little bit of extra cooked meat there, but we also get a fire starting skill point out of that. Okay, so I think I'm going to drag the rest of this meat up to the top. And then may end up taking some of it down to the other entrance, depending on what we find up here. In fact, this will end up being a wasted trip if there is a moose up there, because of course I'll have a bunch of meat from the moose up there. That ice might be thin. I'm not sure. We'll play it safe and go over here. Not even gonna put the crampons on for this trip. Don't really need them. And I guess there's no reason not to just eat one of these. Even if my torch were to get blown out here, we still have the mag lens potential. I'm slightly concerned about my water situation. Let's just go ahead and top off. I have all those teas, so I could always just waste one, or we could take the thirst. Yeah, we can just take the hit from thirst too, so really nothing to worry about. I'm intentionally not doing any running, just because I want to preserve all my carry weight. The moose hide in particular is very heavy. Although if we get one, we might leave it in the cave here to cure, and just come back on a separate trip for it. Okay, what's the best route here? I'm thinking, so if the moose isn't there, we'll likely go down to the exit, which means we won't be coming back this way, so I think I'm going to go through the cave, actually. And then if the moose is here, we'll just take the shortcut on the way back. That seems reasonable. I'm going to do the cave regardless, even though it gives me less time for potential moose harvesting. I do want to go and grab the coal out of this. It's been a while since we've been here. It's nice to get a coal restock without doing a specialized trip just for coal. Those tend to get old after a while. See, so coming down there, coming out of this cave, I think this is a reasonable spot to leave a small meat resupply. All right, all of this junk. Let's take one book for the fire starting. And I guess if I have excess carry weight on the way back, I'll just have to remember to grab that stuff. There's no point in collecting it now because we're heading away from home. I guess one potential advantage to waiting to do this part later is that the weather was really nice outside, so I could have saved this for a potential warm-up later on. I obviously don't need it right now, we're just fully warm. Okay, let's do this little offshoot first. Kind of like to go in here and just check this one side passage. Where is it? Did I miss it? No, it must be here. Okay. Yeah, check this one little side part for coal. Oh, no respawn at all. Interesting. Maybe I came back too soon. Alright, I'm still gonna insist on checking the whole cave, so let's go back around and, check the other route. Just gonna go ahead and clean this up. We might end up leaving a pile of ruined torches somewhere. Especially if we have the option between carrying moose meat back or these useless torches. Right, so through here. I feel like it's been a while since we've been in this cave. There should be some coal respawn. Maybe this is the major coal room. Wow, what a waste of time. Maybe I, more recently... I mean, it hasn't been that long since I went to Milton, but... I was expecting some coal. Alright, so let's see if there's a moose. If there is, I'm going to immediately leave the rest of this meat at the entrance from Muskeg. Let's go ahead and refresh this now. Well, we got a few sticks out of it at least. That's odd though that there was no coal at all. Almost feels like a bug. I think the more... Well, I guess the entrance is right here, yeah. So since I could come out of the cave or the other location or go through there, I think this is the right spot. I think I have the right idea. Now, I don't see the moose. So let's actually leave 2 of those there, and let's leave... let's see, I've got... Yeah, let's leave both of these here. I'm gonna offset myself so I can see exactly how many there are, instead of them stacking. Okay, and then that's... should be just 2 pieces, right? Yeah. Then I think I'll carry the rest, even though it's not that many. I think I will go down to the Broken Railroad entrance, just to try to get something out of this trip, since it looks like we do not have a moose. We will get a restock of birch bark, so not a completely wasted trip. Plus just getting that meat distributed to more... What was that? More useful locations. I thought I heard something, so I'm just going to make sure that the moose is definitely not here before I get too comfortable. Every time I've seen him, he's been clearly visible down there. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything, now that I think about it. Didn't know there were deer up here. Okay, so that's probably what I heard was the doe. They make very scary noises. Probably because those of us who have been playing since before they were introduced kind of got used to all the other noises, and then there are these new noises that you just don't expect. So many fur limbs up there. There was a set of 2 back there. There's another set of 2 here. A single one there. Okay, now ordinarily I would loop back around and make sure we didn't miss any birch bark. I guess I'll go grab the ones I can see before we head down. I also need to consider making another fire just to get torches. I'll grab these couple that are in easy reach here. And I think we'll start heading down to the broken railroad entrance. Oh man, I can't resist these 2. Another whole tea. Okay, scan the horizon, don't see anything. Gonna turn around before I do. Alright, so we're about 20 minutes into this trip out of our total of 60 minutes, give or take. And of course, we spent a lot of time doing unnecessary things, so we still have plenty of time. Let's see, can I go down? Yeah, right here should be fine. Make sure I don't take too big of a fall. And then I'm still carrying meat, so we're obviously going to attract the attention of this wolf. Probably scare him off after I drop the meat somewhere. Or just before I drop the meat off. I'll likely start a fire at the entrance over here. We'll do a full torch restock, plus I can leave some torches there, just for future travels. This is an area I'm not likely to walk through too much, so let's get some of these reishi. There's ordinarily no reason to walk this particular route, because if I'm in the railroad, then I want to go straight home. And if I'm up there, then I want to go straight home, which involves going across the muskeg. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of you. Where are you? There's a good torch. Yep. I figured as much. Okay. Might as well do the supply out here where it's easily visible. Get those dropped. Now, I don't have any water on me, but let's actually go ahead and make this fire. I guess I'll do it over here where it's slightly more protected in the event of a wind flare-up. We'll do the torch because it's faster. I'm just going to go ahead and burn this book. I don't want to carry it back with me.
Come on, little fire.
Okay, let's put this out. I'm going to be here for just a second, so let's go ahead and put a couple things of water on, or just one thing of water. Just have a little bit on me. And let's throw some sticks on here. Okay, so in addition to the bear meat, let's leave... I guess I'm only going to leave one of these because I really want to have at least 2 on me. Yeah, I ran out of ingredients. I'll get more in Broken Railroad. So that's actually a priority, is to get more flour and oil. Which, I should be able to get in the hunting lodge. And I'm trying to think where else I can get some. There might not be that many other places. Okay, I don't really have anything to do here, so let's just grab torches. I might not even let this water finish. Trying to think if there's any other locations I want to hit on the way home. Yeah, I don't really feel like standing around waiting for this. Oh, 9 minutes until boiled? That's not bad. Okay. That'll finish on its own there. So let's just spend a little bit of time. Just waste a little bit of time converting these into a better. Better carry weight. So I could go up here, grab some loot, check the cave for coal. There's a little cave back there. I think that's better saved for a different trip. Could do that whole quadrant over there on its own trip. But now we're sort of lightly prepped for a potential Broken Railroad excursion where at least I know I have a little bit of food stashed on the way home. I've never been along here before, so we'll likely have a piece of wood, a scrap of metal or something. Here's a piece of wood, and there's the scrap of metal. Pretty reliable spawn point for those. I think sometimes you get 2 wood. Got about 8 kilos to spare. So I think we'll walk back by the bear meat. Oh, you know what? While I'm here, I was looking at a Reddit post recently from Got Milk on That. Who posts a lot of, like, Interloper Plus stuff. And there's apparently a guaranteed flare that I probably have not collected yet. Not that it really matters, I mean, we never use flares and we're not going to run out of matches. But just for completionism. Should be on a little,
it's getting dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
promontory of snow just before the rail cars. I'm thinking I must need to get a lot closer to the rail cars for this to click for me. Maybe way up there? It's hard to say. Yeah, I think this final thing... I don't remember there being a tree on it. But I think this final thing just before the... Yeah, maybe out there just beyond the trees. Alright, so we should be able to cross right here. I don't know if this is weak ice or not. If not, we can cross way up there. So let's go ahead and see if this is crossable. Probably is, but I don't see any reason to risk it. I could put my crampons on, but it's probably easier to just walk over here and do this obvious crossing. And yeah, I think this is it, because we're nearly at the trail cars, and there's that little snow area. Yeah, this has got to be it. Now, it's possible I've been here before. I might have gotten lost coming down from the river, or where is the river anyway? It looks like this is an area you would only access from this one direction, and there it is, a blue flare. Okay, so let's make our way back over to the bear. I'll grab some meat. Might take the time to start another fire to cook another batch of meat, if the first one seemed to go okay. Yeah, there's no real supplies at the train cars themselves. I've already looted that area out, so I think we'll head up here. I think I should be able to cross at that log. In the episode just before this, we had 3 Aurora nights in a row. So it'd be pretty cool if we got a 4th one in a row here. I mean, it could. It's clear. It's not showing those telltale signs, though. At least not that I can tell. I feel like I don't really know the signs that well. This is a very unusual trip. I guess mostly due to the random nature of the moose. Just like we come all the way out here and then we have to find something to do to make it feel worthwhile. I can't remember. I'm going to go down here. I think it's just on the other side of this rock is where our meat is. There's the bear cave right there. It feels a little bit too close. Overhead crows. Yeah, here we go. Cooked and cooked. Let's drop these with this one. And then I have plenty of time. Let's go ahead and start a fire and get another set cooked. Burn up some of these sticks that I don't need. Get another fire starting skill point.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
So that seemed to work last time without burning them. 1, 2. Let's heat up a tea real quick while I figure out what I'm doing here. Probably going to carry all of that back with me. And, let's see. Let's leave that there. Let's eat one of these. The wind is picking up. It'll be ready in just a couple minutes. Leave enough space for a tea if I decide I want it. And let's actually add another stick and take a torch. Okay. That feels a little long, but the burn bonus won't be there once we leave the region. So It probably won't burn. Okay, let's grab that and head out. Oh, raw meat. Spent all that time talking about what I was going to do. Okay. So that's the last of the bear meat. We have a little bit left cooked there. So thinking about the respawn order, should be the bear at clearcut back in Mystery Lake. That should be the first one to respawn. And then I think it's this one before the one at the lake. And I think it was on the lake one that I started recording the time. That was day 81, so it's only been 20 days since then. Less than 20 days. And I think this late in the game, the respawn time is like 50 days. That's one of the things that I want to experiment with and find out. I've heard various things, and I know it changes over time. I have room for more sticks. I'll do a slight detour up here and see if I can grab any. Still have loads of time left. We've got like 25 minutes. And then some. Nice shot of the fire back over there with a wolf heading our way. Making his way over here. I really like how they look way off like that in the distance. Alright, I don't see any more sticks around. Time to head home. I think I will leave... No, I'll take this meat all the way home with me. It needs to be cooked. And, I think I'd rather just do it at home. We have full health, so we can do the trick where we just sleep for an hour at a time. Get a bunch of cooking done that way. Okay, we got a couple of pieces of meat here. There are my pies. I'm actually thinking about... I'm going to reclaim one of these pies so that I still have 3 on me. This is one of the locations where I would really only need 1 pie in an emergency because it's so short of a time back. So maybe it's a priority to get over to the hunting lodge, get that flour. Because I want to make a bunch more pies and have them kind of laid out at strategic points so that I can get energy if I really need it. Alright, let's do cleanup on the way back. I'm surprised I still have carry space. Okay, so there's the sprain risk. While I was taking a little bit of a break there, I remembered we had 2 wolves that we killed last episode, and I never found either of them. It's going to be easier to get those arrows back if I'm able to do it tonight or tomorrow while the wolf carcass is still around. I think we still have a wolf carcass back at base, so anytime there are crows circling over that, I should go see if I can locate the other 2. I already kind of looked for the other one back behind the lake and I couldn't find it anywhere, so maybe we'll come up this way, maybe across the tracks over that way, and see if we can locate that other wolf carcass. I don't really care that much about losing arrows because, I mean, eventually there'll be so many of them that I'll just find them as I walk through here. Alright, I believe, because I don't have anything to drop to cure, I'm just coming through here for the save point in case there's a crash or something. And since I'm carrying meat on me, we'll go ahead and refresh this in case we have to deal with a wolf. Normally I would just let it go out. The weather was so good today, I kind of wish I had used it for one of those long treks into the further areas, but you never know for sure. Got myself into some bad situations with those long treks. Now, one thing I thought about is I don't know if I even have the achievement for the 100 days survived. I did it in Nogoa, maybe that counts, but I've never done it for Interloper, to the best of my knowledge. Okay, Frankie, we're back. Let's just throw sticks on. We have so many. And actually, this torch is still pretty decent. Let's preserve that. Pick up a few more. Yeah, there's just a ton of sticks from my latest travels. I'll just try to clean up the edges here. Keep this pile contained a little bit. And I guess we might as well get some stuff on. I don't really need... Let's go and cook up the last of this wolf meat. And then I'll put all the bear meat here. I could just go and start sleeping now. Yeah, it's pretty late. I guess there's no reason not to. Let's do, just for this first piece of meat, let's do some inventory management. I got a bunch of torches. I think I'm going to harvest these rather than drop them in the pile outside. That pile's getting really large, and I mean, there's only 2 things I can do with it, other than ignore it. I can either harvest all of them one at a time by hand like this, which is kind of annoying to do, but maybe if I do it in small batches, it won't be too bad. Or I can just pick them all up and throw them on the fire for nothing, like just erase them from existence. I really wish they would change it. So like, a stick gives you 7.5 minutes on a fire. And it takes 2 minutes to harvest one of these torches to give you a stick that gives you that long. So I really wish they would change it so that you can throw a ruined torch on a fire and it gives you like 4 to 5 minutes. So it's not quite as efficient as harvesting it for a stick first, but you just cut out that annoying little time block there. Alright, let's just finish this. And I actually need to get some more torches. We're running low. One of the nice things about having the clothing that I do now is even for the little escapades in Mystery Lake, I don't even use torches now. So it's really only for the longer journeys where it's like I never know when I'm going to need a warm-up fire or... Okay, let's swap bows back out, and I'm going to leave like 4 of these arrows here as well. I don't really need more than 1 or 2 arrows with this other bow. And I think we will go check out the bear tomorrow. Yeah, I'm nervous because I might want to shoot the bear more than once. So let's take the good bow. I think that bear will likely be back. It's in a rotation of 3 bears, and the last bear I got is already almost 20 days out. And it's not like I killed those bears really close together, so it could easily have been 50 days since I killed the clearcut bear. But I think we will head over there and investigate that tomorrow. Certainly much more likely to be there than the moose, which is a real crapshoot in terms of... You know, you could go check it multiple times over the course of a few weeks, and it may just not be there. All right, let's refresh these couple of torches, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get some sleep. I think we'll just go ahead and eat this piece of wolf meat. Yeah, let's get some water from the supply here. Okay, so we're good for several hours of sleep. Let's go and throw this on. Crank up Frankie to maximum here. And let's actually drop this piece of cedar out here before I forget. Didn't end up doing all of my inventory management that I should have. It's okay. And I'm going to drop this wolf meat with the other wolf meat. Then we'll start stacking up the bear meat in our inventory here. Not really worried about scent because the predators don't really smell you when you're inside the hut like this. Okay, so that's going. We've got plenty of time on the fire. All right, now we should be able to do this in earnest. Just throw a piece of meat on the fire, sleep, repeat. Got a little bit of wind through the night here. Best time for it. It'd be kind of cool if there were times that you wanted more of the bad types of weather. Like you want fog because it prevents there being wind almost all the time. And I guess technically maybe sometimes you want blizzards because you can know that the predators aren't going to be out and about. As long as you've gone through a transition since the blizzard started. But there's not really any time that you want like heavy wind or heavy snow, and it's just all downside. Like maybe you could I probably shouldn't try to think of these because all the ideas I'm coming up with are really bad. Like maybe it's easier to collect snow for making water if it's snowing outside and you're not having to like scrape it up off the ground. Obviously that's not a mechanic that exists in the game right now, so it's a little bit weird to think about. Whoa. Bright moon. That's really cool. Suddenly changed the whole dynamic here. Completely still. Nice little smoke rise. Oh, we ran out of meat. I think there might be some more back behind the hut here. We can always switch to water production if we want. Nearly dawn. Okay, so let's drop these off. Oh, one thing that I wanted to mention before I forget, so I don't know how close we are. I think we're still technically on day 100, but we haven't reached... We probably need another full day, right? Where is it? Here. Yeah, this is about to tick up to 99, so we need a full day plus like an hour for that to tick up before we've technically survived for 100 days. Let's see here. What was I looking for? Yeah, I've got all this meat. I don't really care to cook with that. So I think we'll just do some water for the last little bit of this. Okay, and I already dropped all that meat, right? Oh, we have fish that I could have cooked. Yeah, whatever. Do that some other time.
Looks like I survived another night.
Nice morning. Still a little windy. It's gonna be very cold outside. Just make sure I got all the raw meat from up here. These are all cooked. I think I got everything. Bunch of clothing I need to tear down eventually. Got so much junk strewn about here. Ah well. One day, we'll clean up. See if I picked up any extra stones that I need to drop here. Stones would be under here, and we're really not carrying any. Alright, let's go ahead and get one last hour of sleep here. Fire's doing more than okay, of course. Thanks to the burn bonus. Still some wind. Don't really have another hour of stuff to do. Let's see. I don't think I have any teas to make. I guess I could make one of these. What do I have in my bar right now? Okay, let's make a reishi. And I'm going to drop one of these off up here. I actually want to start a supply of these. Maybe have like 4 to 6 of them on hand here. Maybe I could even have their own spot over here in the corner. I don't expect I'll dip into this supply that much, but and let's do one birch bark prep. That's another thing I could do is just have a few pre-made birch barks sitting at all the transitions. Crows? That wolf is gone. We have crows flying overhead. Seems like this is turning to fog. Oh yeah, it's really warm. Alright, so we should get going then. I'll save the rest of this prep for later. Let's go ahead and charge up Frankie. And then I think we'll just head straight over to the bear. Need a bunch more sticks. Let's throw like a fur or something on. And if the bear's not there, you know, this can just be a regular firewood collection run, so we're not gonna waste any time as a result of this. Okay, it's really warm, so we don't need more than... In fact, I guess I'll keep the fire going just until I find out about the bear. I'll need a few of these torches. I'm staying in the region, so I don't really need to min-max this. We only have to wait 1 minute to add another stick. Let's go eat a piece of... Doesn't really matter. Leave some water here. Don't need that much with me. Guess we did a piece of bear meat. Okay, let's throw that last stick on the fire, and let's get going. Okay, that filled me up perfectly. Oh, stick from here. Alright, there we go. 12 hours. Let's head out. Oh, perfect. Nice foggy weather. This is the, this is kind of the medium fog. Where you can still see pretty far. I think there's a lighter fog than this where you can see even further, but this is perfectly acceptable for visibility. So the last expedition out ended up being a moose hunt / birch bark collection and general prep work type of run. We're 27. I have a few too many torches, but we can always leave them somewhere. We'll use a few on the way over. This run is probably going to be more of a... Either I find the bear, or I just collect a bunch of firewood and then come home. I'm not going to worry too much about the time or the episode timer length, because we're in Mystery Lake, so we essentially have 24 hours before Frankie would go out, because it's 12 hours multiplied by 2 because of the burn bonus. I think technically maybe the burn bonus isn't quite 2 times during the warm afternoons, but it's probably fairly close, and the likelihood of us being out here for even 16 hours is very low, right? Because it would be basically almost the next morning by then. So it's just not something that I'm going to accidentally do. Now, do I even remember the route? Let's see what the temperature is. -5 with a torch. So I think this is a good time to just drink a birch bark tea. Even though I don't need the healing. I have a few of them to spare. So to get to clearcut, we've got to go up through one of these passes. Basically on the other side of this hill, once we get to the valley here, there's a pass over there that takes us to the river, and then there's a pass up here. It's a little bit riskier in terms of sprains. Yeah, let's go and drink the hot tea. Birch bark, yeah. This will keep us going for quite a while. I'm going to try up this way. I guess one thing I could do is I could do a partial... We could partially go up the trail. But I think it's fine to just go straight up here. I think, I'm not 100% confident, I think this is the optimal route if you just want to go straight to clearcut. Oh yeah, this is not as bad as I thought. Right up there. And then I have to figure out what the best way is down, because once you get up here, there's kind of a few routes that you can take off to the side. I should be able to clear my sprain risk. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll just run this so that we can get to the flat part up here before we have a chance of a sprain. It might actually have a chance of a sprain because it took too long, but it's okay. Yeah, so then there's the lookout, and this is the part that I always get confused about. So we would have come out way down there if we'd gone the other way. This is the part that I always get a little confused about, because the trailers are over there. And then there's that little area between the trailers and the clear cut that's kind of useless. Just like a little wood lot with some sticks and stuff. I think that's where I'm headed now. But then the clear cut itself is off to the left. I don't know if there's a good way to get down there, so maybe we'll just go this way around. Just to avoid sprains. I've learned a lot about the layout of this region. Yeah, there's the clear cut over there. By doing this challenge, because it's actually really useful to just go straight to an area with a bunch of sticks and fir limbs and stuff, collect for a while, and then just go straight back to the fire. And it's actually really interesting because I used to think that everything was so far apart, but it really doesn't take that long to get really anywhere in the whole game. I mean, I spawned in Ash Canyon. I mean, this was a bit extreme, but I spawned in Ash Canyon, got the technical backpack, and made it all the way to Mystery Lake in 23 hours. In-game, that's, what, like, nearly 2 hours of real time. But still, that's spanning, what, 4 to 5 regions, plus I did the climb up to get the backpack. Got wolves, but looks like the bear isn't around. This wolf isn't really worth killing all the way out here. Oh, there's 2 wolves. I'm gonna loop around this way, since we don't believe the bear is here. I guess he could have wandered. I didn't see him over there, but I wasn't really looking. I guess we would see tracks. I might have just lost my torch, which is okay if it does happen. Yep. Because we don't think there's a bear, so... I'm glad I took that tea now, because now we have the added flexibility. I mean, I can always spend a match if I need to, but we won't need it. Yeah, so no tracks, plus no bear in sight. Seems very unlikely that there's a bear. One thing I could do, I could make my way over to Trappers. There's always a chance of a moose at Trappers, but I think it's like a 5% roll every time that the game decides to make a roll, which is probably only once every few days. But there is no active moose at the other spawns in this region, but it'd be really convenient to get one there instead of having to go all the way over to Muskeg. Now we're kind of just stuck here wandering around looking for firewood now since there's no bear. I'll probably give this another week or so in-game and then come back and try this later. Definitely already checked this backpack, right? Pretty sure. I'm trying to remember when the last time was I was back here. Is this where no, the birch is over there. That's a deer carcass that I believe I visited. Let's go see if the birch bark has respawned here. I think I might be one leg over from where it is, but we can walk back here and then cross over and come down the other swale. So that tea has expired, but it warmed me up about a quarter, and then it halved the rate of temperature loss for another quarter of the bar. So I would probably be down at 1/4 instead of 3/4 if I had not had that tea. Alright, so yeah, I think the birch bark is one leg over here. There's a bunch of branches here, but I don't see any sticks, unfortunately. New location discovered. Look out. I did not really know where this was. I knew it was a location, but it was just to the... You're looking up at the edge of the zone. It's just to the right of this birch bark area back near clearcut. I'll have to keep that in mind. Not that it really matters, but like if I ever try to do faithful cartographer or something like that, or I just want to map the whole region. Yeah, so it looks like I was right about the location of the birch bark relative to that. It's been a while since I've done any limb chopping. I kind of want to take it easy because I don't really want to forge that much. But I should probably do a little bit here and there. So we might grab a fir limb or two while we're up in this area. Maybe just enough that we can justify warming up at the unnamed cabin. And then... Yeah, so we did have at least a partial birch bark respawn since the last time I've been here. And, stick spawn. I don't see the fir limbs back yet. I see a bunch of cedar limbs, but we also know that sometimes the fir limbs aren't respawning for some reason. Sometimes. In certain areas. They just never respawn after you harvest them. I haven't figured out why yet. I was thinking maybe it was because I was leaving these campfires behind. But we've done a few tests where I've kind of cleaned out the area around where the spawn did happen. There were like 2 or 3 fir limbs through here. Possible that the timers are just longer now. Alright, well we're nearly there. I think I'm just going to grab the sticks from this area and then we'll grab a few branches on the way in. That should pass enough time and get us cold enough to justify the full warm-up. And we're still getting fuel if we do that. Let's see. We've got cooked meat here. I think I'll just leave it there. We have cooked meat at the cabin too. Cooked bear meat. Cabin should be over this way, but just taking the reliable route up here where it's less steep. Wow, it's only noon. I haven't really stopped to do any time-consuming activities yet. Interesting. Okay, so when they added the travois, they added some spawns in. And this is like 3 new maple saplings. That's insane. It's a lot of maple. I have so many saplings. I mean, I almost don't even need these, but I guess I'll grab them. And I was going to grab some branches before I warm up in here, but I guess we can grab this by hand. That's actually more efficient than branches anyway, I think. Here we go. And looking at my temperature here, and it's probably getting warmer, right? Like it's, yeah, it's 0 now, so we likely will be able to just sit out around here and harvest everything up until the weather turns. It's just going to get warmer if it stays clear and calm like this. There's a fir limb over there. So we can kind of just hang out in this area, grab all the fuel, I'm gonna grab one of these rabbits now, just because I can, oh, no other weapons. Okay, so I need to get a stone first. I don't really want to waste an arrow on a rabbit. But I was thinking I'll harvest the rabbit hide while I warm up. Got a double stick. Another one? Nope. Okay, here's some stones. Let's go grab that rabbit now. Eventually this weather will turn. So even though I'm warming up now, we're gonna eventually need this rabbit. Okay, I'm kind of curious now because I thought I already collected that one. Let's walk a ways away, and we'll come back and see if that stick is there again. That would be pretty funny if you can just get infinite sticks from one spot because it keeps respawning them when you walk away. I know they did change up recently because there was the issue where you would go inside a location and then when you came back out, things would have completely vanished and you had to walk away and come back. So it's not out of the question that they could have introduced a new bug where it just pops things back in that shouldn't have been there. I'm not going to waste any more time on this than this one little check, but just a feather. Probably missed that before. I guess we should eat while we're here. Maybe in a second. Coming back this way anyway. I don't think I quite have the calories to spare for that cooked piece of bear meat. Alright, the weather could turn here and cost me a little bit of condition, but I'm going to go ahead and grab this furlim. Wow, it's so warm right now. Alright, I'll grab this on the way back. I mean, I do want to just kind of hang out around. I guess we could kill this wolf. Thinking, yeah, I can scare him off. Even without a torch, it's pretty easy to scare wolves off. Just, it's definitely cheesy, but get him to charge you and then just hide behind a tree. You can't figure it out. It's very cheesy. I've actually known about that one for a while. It recently got posted on Reddit, and I think Bashrobe made a video about it too, and that got or no, that was a different thing. That was the torch walking into the wolf thing, which I also knew about. And of course, once it got the attention of Zach, then of course now everybody knows about it. So I was actually planning to eventually do that, like at the start of a series, just kind of as a joke, just casually have a torch and just like walk into a wolf, just to just not say anything about it, just to mess with people. But now that Zach found out about it, of course everybody knows about it, so that won't work anymore. What is that up there? Oh, that's the body of that guy. I remember him. And yeah, I think I gathered all the meat from here. Alright, so let's chop this this last fur limb. That seems to be the last thing in this area. And then I'm either going to head home or head over to Trappers. see about that moose. The weather these last couple of days has just been so beautiful.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
I really thought this was gonna turn into, at the very least, a windstorm, if not a full-on blizzard. Okay, where's that wolf right now? Kind of a little nervous with him being so close, and there he is. Alright, I got his attention. So get him off of us, and then, come on, Wolfie. Uh-oh. This might lead to a struggle. Let me pull my bow out and see if I can take care of this. Yeah, he didn't give up this time. I guess it's not 100%. Oh, man. That's what I get. Hey, I have a use for one of my bandages now. Yeah, I overshot him. I should have aimed a little bit lower. Alright, where did I put that arrow? So he's gonna die somewhere. There's the arrow. I shot just over his head. I actually could have easily just run. I probably should have just run to a different tree. Let's see. What's my situation? Infection risk. Yeah, whatever. Let's just, how did my clothing do with all that? Oh, this is getting really wet. Let's sort by condition, clothing, condition. Okay, so it looks like my hat took a beating. And this is probably, yeah, that probably took a bit of a hit. So we'll do some repairs when we get home. It looks like it was really only the hat though, right? Because the gloves, where are the gloves? Yeah, the gloves are at 74%. Boots are fine. Okay, let's grab this first. And then let me see. We're gonna get some food. I can always deal with the infection risk when I get home. I'm actually heavy now. Yeah, so we're not gonna go over to Trappers. We'll just head home. The infection risk probably isn't doing anything.
God, I'm starving.
So I'm going to grab that. Grab that. Let's head inside for a second. And, oh, we've actually got some cloth I could break down in here. But I got the rabbit skin right now, so let's do that. I can always get the cloth later. So let's go here. And let's check out this new harvesting thing. So I should be able to grab this hide by hand. And there's 0.8 kilograms of meat. Let's just see what happens. Oh, interesting. So it didn't actually cost me any meat to do the hide by hand. I guess if you harvest the meat specifically, or what's the deal? I don't know. Didn't give me a message about losing anything. I guess I'll just take that hide back with me. And we're fully warm. I don't really need cloth right now, so eventually I'll come grab... It's really just... There's that pillow and this one. Really all there is in here. Kind of got everything else already, I think. Just gonna go ahead and fill up, since we have so much meat here that I never use. I'll just leave the extra there. So I'm just going to keep an eye out for Old Man's Beard on the way home. And if not, we have some at home. Infection risk is at 61%, so it probably won't even hit 80 before we get the chance to take care of it. I don't think it ever triggers until it hits 100%. And even then, it's not guaranteed to cause an infection. But obviously, if it does, then you need to go ahead and take care of it. In a way, for like late game play, it makes more sense to use antibiotics to cure the infection. Just because there's so many of them available with all the reishi and the burdock and everything. Although I guess you also want to save those for accidental parasites from eating raw meat off the ground by accident. But anyway, I'm just going to use the antiseptic. So there were a number of ways I could have avoided that wolf attack once he was on me. Like that, I could have run because I'm actually faster than the wolf. I could have run to the next tree and looped around that and then run to the cabin to lose him. Or I could have just pulled out a flare or a torch. Or I also probably could have gone to slightly more open ground. Since he was kind of turning and looping to try to get me, I could have continued to loop him, and you can actually chase the wolf's tail, and once you get behind him, he usually gets scared and runs off then. But obviously I was just, you know, figured I could probably just shoot him, and, you know, even if I missed completely, like I did, we still had it completely under control. Obviously, that's the worst outcome, you know, because then you have to deal with clothing damage, and you got to heal the health damage, and heal the bleeding, use the antiseptic. Uses up a few resources that you'd rather save and never really need to use. But not the end of the world. Alright, so we're nearly home. Just pulled this out in case there's a wolf around here. And sometimes be some up there, or I don't think I've ever seen one right in here. Maybe if I was carrying a bunch of scent or something. You know what? I'm heavy. I might as well drink this water. And let's drop this rabbit hide off to cure once we get to camp office.
Feels like night is coming.
And there's maple saplings, I guess. Let's see, anything else that I got that can be cured?
Come on. Take a fire. Take a hot fire. Yeah.
It's not really that late, and we still got a bit of energy, so I think I'll do my clothing repairs now. Get that under control, too. 65%. This is actually really dangerous, and I need to stay focused, because if I forget about the infection risk, and I sleep for 10 hours, that's probably the end of the run, right? Unless I don't get an infection, it will just kill you in your sleep with no recourse. So it's actually really dangerous to treat it lightly, like I am. I mean, I am treating it lightly because I know how to deal with it, but I also understand the consequences if I forget about it. So we really do need to keep that at the forefront of our mind and immediately deal with it when we get back. So I'm not going to mess around in here. Let's just drop the things that need to be cured. Fresh rabbit pelt and these 3 things. I'm not going to bother dropping off the few minor items in here. And let's immediately go home and deal with this infection risk. That would actually be so sad. So sad because tomorrow morning is when we're going to hit 100 days survived. So amusingly enough, if I did make that mistake, there'd probably be enough time left on the fire that I could reasonably say that Frankie survived for 100 days, even if I didn't. But let's try keeping us both alive. I guess I can burn a little bit of energy here just to save some condition. We're almost there. Since my condition is hurting a bit. Now this is not enough health loss to make me want to use an herbal tea. Even though, I think I had a question about this a few weeks back. Oh my goodness, 76 sticks. No wonder we're moving so slowly. Alright, let's power up the sticks. I'm going to drop the fur outside. First thing though, go ahead and deal with our infection. So I think I've got, let's see. Where do I have this stuff stored? 24, let's move 3 of these out. I should really craft these, I guess. Yeah, I should have them crafted. Not that it really matters that much. You usually have plenty of time to deal with this. Let's go ahead and craft that. It's good to keep them uncrafted if you're carrying them with you. But if they're just at base, then they might as well be crafted, because I don't have to worry about the extra weight. Let's just do it from here. No, it doesn't want to let me. So we gotta go here and click use. There we go. Okay, let's just double check, make sure we're all set up here. Good. Shouldn't die during the night now. Now, let's drop the fur here. A little bit of a resupply on that. And, right, I don't have any meat to cook, so let's just get some water going here. I'm just going to do a full 2-liter batch. And let's see what we need to do with clothing first. Now, this stuff should start to thaw. I'm just going to check it after I do a few clothing repairs and make sure that it's actually working on that. So we might as well go ahead and do the socks first. Let's get some more cloth out. I think I left a bunch of my cloth at the forge last episode, but why do I have a cured black bear hide in here? I'm so confused right now. I thought I used the only one I had on repairs. Was there an extra one that I forgot about at some point? Maybe. All right, let's take a look here. So, yeah, so we'll repair this. 38 minutes. Go for it. Repair amount 44%. So that's not quite going to take me to max. That's interesting. I think this must be getting like a 10% boost, and it's normally 40. Anyway, we'll go ahead and do this. I don't think I'm going to actually make use of the full repair amount under most circumstances, but in this particular case, I let certain things get lower than I probably should have. I guess we can finally do the insulation too. This I could let get lower, but since we're doing a repair session right now, we should probably just do all of it. Let's go ahead and reset our water. And I'm going to go and get just a bunch of ingredients out, I think, and then we'll put everything away. Get a couple of deer hides, a bunch of cured guts, and both cured rabbit pelts, and like 8 ptarmigan down. Okay. We should have enough to do everything. I'm not doing the bear hide because they're both in really good shape. Okay, so let's just do them in the order shown here. So 25 minutes to repair this. That'll give me up to full. So, you know, technically wasting some of it, but that's fine. These are completely renewable, like easily renewable ingredients anyway. And in fact, I might just repair this too. Yeah, 74% is low enough to justify. Okay, so I definitely need more rabbit skins, but we've got more on the way. Let's see, how are we doing here? 24 minutes. Let's see if I have anything that I can do in that small time period. This one maybe? 25 minutes? Let's do it. Okay, and then now I gotta remember that I'm going to do this. We're gonna take that off. I'm gonna put it on the center, or the inside layer, and then put the slightly worse one out here. Because this will decay a lot faster, so that'll keep the inside one always as high as possible. Giving me a slightly higher overall warmth over time. Okay, let's grab this water. And let's see, how am I doing? I could technically sleep now. I think I want to do some more, so let's just go and do this. Double check. Yeah, Frankie's doing fine. Okay, what's the most critical here? Probably these. Yeah, actually everything's pretty much there. I might just do the deerskin pants over any of this other stuff. This gives... Oh, actually, the combat pants do give 2 degrees full. So we'll do the combat pants and the deerskin pants. Let's do the deerskin first. Hour and 25 minutes. That's a lot. Yeah, I need to get to sleep.
I'm getting tired.
And then, assuming I have enough time left... Really? Huh, okay. How long are the combat pants to do? I really want to finish this. 25 minutes? Okay, let's just do like a half liter? I don't know. Yeah, whatever. It'll be finished, but it'll be fine. Okay. Final repair, combat pants. Get these up to 100%. We're going to be really warm after all this. So I've over-repaired slightly, so I don't have to think about it for a while. Okay, let's, we'll drink up before we sleep. Some of this way. I'm sleeping late enough here that we'll absolutely wake up after we've survived the full 100 days, so that's nice. Let's actually leave that in our inventory. Okay, I gotta put everything away. This is my clothing tab. I'm gonna take this out. That shouldn't be there.
Man, I could use a drink.
Okay, so I'll keep those 2 cloth on me. That's a good amount to have. Deer hide, cured guts, ptarmigan down. Put the scrap metal in there. And let's just kind of go through... Okay, so I have a few minor things. I should probably ditch this cat's tail head and whatever that other item was. Charcoal, right? Tools, maybe? Yeah. And then, since I only have one of them, let's go ahead and break down this bad torch. Okay, I think I'm ready to eat and sleep. And let's see where that takes us. Pretty exciting stuff going into the final stretch here. We can probably eat a piece of bear meat. Have enough room for it, and we're not gonna suffer from the dehydration since we don't have any thirst to spend. Okay, let's fuel up and get our 10 hours of sleep. That's enough. Let's back up here where we'll be wind protected, more likely. And 10 hours. Double check my... Yep, I don't have anything that's gonna kill me. Let's make sure, since we're in the final stretch here. Oh, I just got an achievement. I don't know if you guys heard and or saw that. Probably not, because you might have heard it, but Centurion for surviving 100 days in a single survival. I think, so it's interesting. So I guess there's not an achievement for surviving 100 days in Interloper specifically. It's just for surviving at all. And apparently, or maybe it is for Interloper, because I thought you could get achievements but not feats in custom. And so obviously when I was doing Nogoa and I survived for 100 days, that should have given me the achievement, if that's true. I'll have to look at it again and see which achievement that was and see if that was accurate. But let's, I mean, I was thinking about ending the episode here, but maybe, yeah, we'll keep going for a little bit. Let's drink some water. And I want to take stock of my situation here. So I'm probably on day 101, yeah, because it's always, you know, day 1 you've survived for 0 days. So it's, you know, the standard off by 1 counting thing. So, wow, carcass harvesting is so close to being done. I wonder if I can find, so if that wolf carcass is around, it'd have to be down the tracks, right? Because I explored over that way, I explored straight across, and I explored up there. So it would have to be along the tracks if it was anywhere. I wouldn't mind checking that, and then maybe looping around back towards trappers, potentially. Let's see if we can spend the rest of these sticks that we collected yesterday. And then some. Got all that fur, so I definitely turned a profit. Okay, so let's check the temperature. Oh, it's already really nice. Yeah, because it's like noon. So let's get some teas going. And I got to do an inventory check. I'm always carrying way too much stuff around. Yeah, the accelerant, the coal. I'm happy with all this. I'm going to keep the birch bark on me just because, well, let's see. How much is it? How much does it weigh? 0.5 kilograms for that much? Okay, never mind. We'll put it away. I really should just be crafting it at night, but we kind of ran out of time with all the other stuff we were doing, so I'll have to do that later. Half a kilogram is really too much to be lugging around for no reason. Yeah, so I think I'll take a slight detour down the tracks, and then we'll just head straight to trappers. I think that's a good system. Let's get some more torches for the road. Guess I'll keep them going until I get to trappers, just in case the moose is there. Okay, let's throw these sticks on. And... okay, drop 4 of these. Throw the last one on, and then we should be ready to go. So this will be the 3rd hunt of the trip. This is the least likely to succeed, but, you know, possible. Grab a piece of meat to eat. Venison is good. I might have some left over after this. Looks like I probably did. Let's throw this down over here. Nope. Somehow ate it perfectly. I don't know, maybe if it's like less than 10 calories or something, then it leaves it behind. Or then it just kind of vanishes. I don't know. Okay, so I'm thinking it might have been long enough. You know what I forgot to do? So this says day 101. We have the achievement. Well, the journal's not going to tell me much, right? Because it says day survived 100, but these do add up to over 2,400, so that's nice. Why did I think they didn't before? Like, because this is adding up a lot more. Or maybe it was these numbers down here that are so off. The fire, longest burning fire. Yeah, this is like 300 hours short. So I think the other numbers might be a lot closer to accurate, or possibly exactly accurate. I don't know. I'll have to go back and listen to what I said before and see if it made any sense at all. I might have been spouting nonsense. But yeah, there it is. Officially 100 days of Frankie the Fire in the fishing hut. Starting from day 1 of Interloper. And we're not even fire starting level 5 yet. In fact, I think, yeah, because our carcass harvesting is nearly there. We hit archery 4 yesterday, or last episode. I want to bother with the ptarmigan. Let's not get distracted right now. That is a very convenient spot for it, but I just don't want to mess around with it right now. Okay, so crows should certainly be out and about here. And I think there's a deer carcass over here that I never harvested. I didn't really harvest most of the stuff around here. It's fully warm. Sun is out. I have high health. I don't really even need to drink that tea. I think since I'm here, since we got all this stuff to harvest, yeah, let's just put this out. And let's just start breaking down stuff. Do a little bit of harvesting on the way over. Maybe leave a pile of sticks somewhere before we actually fully head over. Because there's no point in lugging all this stuff all the way over to Trappers. But since I'm here, I might as well make use of all this. So crazy to me how good the weather has been. I guess it makes up for the few blizzards we had over the last couple episodes. Okay, so that is almost certainly the deer, but this does tell us that crows are out and about. So I basically just need to look around here and see if there's a second set. I'll go just far enough to make sure that this is the deer. And then it looks like we got some more sticks to harvest here, so I'll go ahead and grab those. No wolves about. That is the deer. Guess we can grab feathers while we're here. Not that It really matters. I've already got a ton of arrows made, and I have a stash of extra feathers, too. Alright, I'm going to grab the wood from here, and then we'll make our way up through there, if I can find a route. And I'll probably drop a pile of sticks in that little clearing. The one just across from camp office, since that's an area I regularly walk through. It's already getting pretty late, so I'm wondering about this plan of walking over to Trappers. Maybe that would have made more sense if I had done it straight away. But I've already burned so much time on firewood collection. And what am I really looking for? I'm going to chop fir limbs, which is going to waste the durability on my hatchet on stuff that's really far away from home. And I'm looking for a moose that will almost certainly not be there. So why would I do all that when there's so much firewood right around here for me to collect? Let's go break this campfire down. I'm not wind sheltered. We have wind this heavy and I'm still fully warm. It must be -18 and I have a +14 windproof. So yeah, I'm essentially completely canceling out most of the effects of the wind. Yeah, I think we're just doing a stick clean out in this area and then we'll just head home. This is going to eat up most of the afternoon. Trying to think if there's a better way to get home, but we take the high road. I mean, I guess there might have been a birch bark respawn since we didn't see any last time we were up there, but I think I got all the sticks and branches up there. There's cedar limbs, but I'm not going to waste my time on those. Alright, let's cut some carry weight in water. I think over there are sticks, but I saw wolves over there before. I don't know if we can get up this slope here. Let's see if there's any wolves over there. I definitely see a branch. Let's see, how am I doing? 35.99. I thought I saw a wolf right here. We get into a second struggle? Yeah, there is a wolf there. See if we can clear all this out without attracting his attention. I mean, I can deal with him if I need to, but... How far away is he? Yeah, let's just walk it. It's too annoying to do all the crouch walking. I'm gonna try to get up here and flatten out. I think this is less likely to give me a sprain overall if I reset here and then grab these branches on the way back down. Alright, that's a stick over there, that's a torch. Since we've waited him for so long, I'm just gonna see if I can get out of his detection range. Yeah, walk over that way. Okay, so a few options here. I could go up there, check for birch bark, maybe grab a few sticks on the way back. I could also go down here and loop around. Yeah, let's take the longer loop. It's still really warm. It's not really that late yet. And I still have the option to go up high if I want to, for some reason. How am I doing on weight? Yeah, we're gonna reach limit soon. Yeah, just going all the way over to Trappers just didn't really make any sense. I guess we'll continue cleaning these up. This is gonna hurt my carry weight, but we're about to start turning back towards home, so I don't mind being a little bit overweight on the last, or a little bit overburdened, over-encumbered on the way home. That's something I've started trying to say what I view as properly recently, because I feel like I've let it's a very common thing that I hear other content creators say. They use the term overweight, which in my view isn't really correct. I think I already talked about this a few episodes back. Might have even been in the No Nonsense Interloper series. Those can definitely blend together with these, especially since we're hanging out in Mystery Lake a lot in both series.
The sun is setting. It's gonna get a lot colder soon.
The fog is taking over. Alright.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
I think the right thing to do. Let's go over near this birch bark area. This is an area that I will check from time to time. And I'm going to leave this big pile of birches here, so anytime I come through here checking for birch bark, I can, you know, if I have the carry weight, I can grab all those and lug them somewhere. Now, it looks like I must have checked this fairly recently. So instead of looping all the way up and around, let's go this way. And now I gotta decide, do I want to take the high ground up here, or do I want to... I think we'll go low ground. That's from way long ago, back near the very beginning of the whole series. Should probably put that in a more conspicuous location, but you know, ultimately it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to get that stressed for food. Deer over there.
Is getting kind of heavy.
All this clothing makes the wood collection so efficient. I've probably got, I would imagine I have close to 100 sticks now. Alright, let's head through here. There could be a wolf up here. Trying to remember how much food is here. If there's a ton of meat here, I might grab a piece to eat on the way home. We're running... I guess you could say we're starting to run a little low on food at home. What's the deal with these? We just have raw meat sitting around the fire, and then I guess I put the cooked meat up here. Oh, yeah, we only have one piece here. Alright, well, just eat at home then. Alright, let's do double duty here. So I'm going to try to shoot and kill. But then I can also... Oh, I didn't make it in time. Okay, that's fine. Well, he's going to die. Now, did I get... Looks like I only got a sprained ankle. So... Yeah, no real issues, no bleeding, nothing. Okay. Let's grab that. I'm going to take these 3 kilos of meat with me. Yeah, I was trying to shoot, and then if I didn't kill him, I was gonna dodge behind the tree. But I probably should have just focused on the kill shot, because once again I shot too high. It's always what I do with the wolves.
I'm gonna need some first aid soon. Ow!
Now, we're not gonna repair this sprain. There's no need.
It's a bit, but I'll make it.
I am overweight
Ow.
and stinking up the place with this meat, so I guess we won't... Sorry, I had to clear my throat there. I guess we won't... Let's go ahead and take this home. We won't run through here trying to get all the branches. You're fine. It's just a little sprain. Another collection of torches that I've set aside for a later date. Let's take one of these rabbits back with me. How much overweight am I? 44.9. I do feel like I'm not getting enough rabbit skins fast enough. Oh, especially since... Did I mess up my clothing again? Let's see. No, it doesn't look like anything took any major hits. That's good. Yeah, let's take one rabbit home. Now I'm really slow. Okay, so I have a ton of energy left. I don't really need to heal that much. So we can't afford to sleep for less. So I guess let's get home, harvest this rabbit. Maybe craft up that birch bark finally, and then we'll go ahead and get some sleep.
That smarts a bit. Ow. It's a bit, but I'll make it.
The slow trudge home.
I'd eat anything right about now.
I can't wait to see how many sticks I have. It's gotta be over 100. Some crazy amount.
Ow!
Alright, so we're gonna put sticks on here, 111. I think I'll keep the rest of the sticks on me until morning. Let's drop the rabbit right here. Let's drop the wolf meat right here. Let's get started on... Come on. Oh, it doesn't want to let me put it there. Get started on cooking this wolf meat. And...
First aid soon.
we need to eat. Get a piece of venison as well. Okay, we have almost no water on us. Let's drink it up. And let's see. Okay, so the rabbit, first of all, just harvest the hide off of that. There it is, carcass harvesting 5. So, I guess if I wanted to go around and harvest those deer carcasses by hand, now I could without even needing a fire next to them. Not really that impactful, but kind of useful, I guess, for certain situations where I don't want to waste a match. Okay, so that'll be ready in a couple minutes. What else do I have to work on? Because I actually, if I sleep now, I'm going to wake up like right at dawn. I guess we can read for a little bit. I'll have to do that in the morning though, because I got to get rid of my sprain first. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and sleep and end this episode here, and then we'll plan to just read away part of the morning while we do some more cooking and stuff. Let's grab that. Leave it out here. We've got all of our stuff on us. Let's fuel up Frankie to the max. And drink some water. Okay, let's go ahead and sleep. Double check. Yep, fine. Anytime you have a wolf attack, it's a good idea to just make absolutely certain. There's the Aurora. 4 Auroras in 5 nights, is that? Or, did we... No, we went through 2 nights, right? So, 4 Auroras in 6 nights. Alright, well, I'm going to leave this one off here. This is a big milestone. I'm not sure, what the long-term plan is. I know I talked a little bit about it this episode, but we have a lot of little things to do. One reason I'm considering not taking this series to 500 is because I actually have an idea for another permanent fire series, and obviously once this ends, there's going to be a break, right? Like there's going to be probably more than a year that goes before I do another series where I'm keeping a fire going all the time. But for that one, I want to do more of a like one-match Olympic torch style thing where I'm actually transporting the fire around using torches so that I can access the whole map. That was actually the original fire challenge that I had that I wasn't able to complete in Nogoa because it was just too hard for what my skills were at the time. I think I could fairly easily do that now. But so anyway, that really is the main reason why I wouldn't want to continue this to 500 is just because I'd rather finish this series off maybe at 200 days when I've done everything and there's not really much else to do. Maybe store up a bunch of extra firewood to show that I could have gone to 500. And then work on some other ideas. I've got a bunch of other ideas in the pipeline, and then eventually go back and do that other challenge. Anyway, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. Feel free to give me your thoughts in the comments if you have any thoughts on that. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching.